Maintaining plant health and appearance takes precision, and with a professional hedge trimmer in hand, this worker makes it look effortless. Creating a flawless, picture-perfect finish. Watch as molten metal is carefully poured into a mold, a process known as hot casting, which demands both expert skill and strict safety measures. Watching a leather watch strap being handcrafted is just as captivating as the final product itself. With so many tiny parts in play, this step requires extra care and attention to detail. This video is worth watching not only for the results, but also for the enjoyment of the process. And here it is, the final product, a sleek leather card holder. This is how wood is shaped on a lathe, a tool that carefully shaves away excess material to create the perfect form. Once shaped, the piece is left to dry before moving on to the next stage. Once shaped, the piece is left to dry, and in about a month it'll be ready for the finishing touch. Where others see just a piece of wood, this guy sees the makings of a future masterpiece. Violin making is a delicate dance of craftsmanship, set to a naturally soothing soundtrack.
Takuk, buti na di rubber no, igo.
Natural rubber is derived from a milky fluid called latex, found in the sap of certain plants. It's collected by carefully tapping the bark of rubber trees.
The
images show how latex is gathered, treated with substances to coagulate it into a soft mass, and then dried before being sent off for production.
Who's doing that?
I'm trying to concentrate.
Professional window cleaning is always a satisfying sight to watch. It begins with the careful application of a special cleaning solution, usually brushed on for full coverage. Then the real show begins. A precision scraper glides from top to bottom, wiping away every speck like magic. Finally, the windows are polished to a crystal clear shine, so clean you'd swear there was no glass at all. Cleaning a car is a whole new level of fun when it's a McLaren 720S you're working on.
做一个最后的是，有做太阳感觉还行。
Creating leather goods demands precision, patience, and an expert eye for detail. This giant leaf vacuum doesn't mess around. It handles up to 5.5 tons of shredded leaves with ease. Take a look at how surfboards get their sleek, glassy finish in the lamination process. They're coated with layers of fiberglass and resin, either epoxy or polyester. Once cured, the excess is trimmed away and the surface is sanded to a smooth finish. After decoration, the board is polished to perfection and fitted with all the necessary hardware. When a pro is on the job, even laying bricks turns into a masterpiece. How do you make a kitchen table with epoxy and wood? First, the wood is cut and shaped to the desired form, then carefully sanded until smooth. A special solution is applied to seal the surface, followed by decorative touches using a pyrography pen. Only after that does the master pour the epoxy, filling the gaps and creating stunning, one-of-a-kind patterns. Once it's fully cured, the surface is polished one final time to reveal a glossy, flawless finish. Ever wondered how a Viking sword could be forged from a leaf spring? This video takes you through every step of the epic transformation. Once the metal is heated, the blacksmith begins shaping it with precision and force. Next, he refines the blade, smoothing out imperfections and polishing it to a sharp, clean finish. The same careful process is applied to the handle and guard, which are then decorated and securely fitted onto the sharpened, tempered blade. There's something hypnotic about watching a potter shape clay. What begins as a lump on the wheel transforms into a beautiful form with just skilled hands and a few tools. Curious to see how this beer tanker was made? It all begins with a freshly cut log, where the outline of the future mug is drawn. Then, the real magic begins. The mug takes shape through meticulous carving, guided by traditional Scottish and Scandinavian craftsmanship. Watch as a laser effortlessly strips paint from wood with precision and no mess. You can also use this tool on metals. See how the oxidized copper sheet is being treated with the same laser. With its versatility, spray foam seals, insulates, and strengthens construction elements, expanding from the can to fill every nook and cranny with a strong, lasting bond. Watch skilled roofers in action. Their process is fast, flawless, and incredibly precise. Removing bark from wood by hand is a traditional technique that prepares it for further processing. Without the bark, the wood can be brushed, sanded, and treated more easily, ready to become building materials, furniture, or handcrafted accessories. This is what dustless sandblasting looks like in action, like pressure washing's tougher, cooler cousin that doesn't leave a mess behind. Who would have thought watching candy being made could be just as satisfying as eating it? Let's take a look at how metal is shaped on a high-speed spinning lathe. Once complete, this copper piece will become part of a drainage system. After slicing away the excess, the craftsman brings the handle to life, starting with the fierce lines of a dragon pattern. It probably took years of practice to make building the perfect roof look this effortless on the first try.
Böyle güzel oluyor.熱海でさ、いや混まないとこだったらいいんだけど混むからさ。
Thanks for watching our channel. If the video series caught your attention, don't forget to subscribe for more exciting content. Remember, awareness and preparation are key to staying safe. See you in the next video.